If we all worked on the assumption that what is accepted as true is really true, there would be little hope of advance. The desire to fly is an idea handed down to us by our ancestors, who looked enviously on the birds soaring freely through space on the infinite highway of the air. Isn't it astonishing that all these secrets have been preserved for so many years, just so we could discover them? I confess that, in 1901, I said to my brother Orville that man would not fly for 50 years. One of the life-saving men snapped the camera for us, taking a picture just as the machine had reached the end of the track and had risen to a height of about 2 feet. It is possible to fly without motors, but not without knowledge and skill. We were then satisfied that, with proper lubrication and better adjustments, a little more power could be expected. The completion of the motor, according to drawing, was, therefore, proceeded with at once. Men become wise, just as they become rich, more by what they save than by what they receive. In our gliding experiments, we had a number of experiences in which we had landed upon one wing, but the crushing of the wing had absorbed the shock, so that we were not uneasy about the motor, in case of a landing of that kind. When the machine had been fastened with a wire to the track, so that it could not start until released by the operator, and the motor had been run to make sure that it was in condition, we tossed a coin to decide who should have the first trial. Wilbur won. I am an enthusiast, but not a crank in the sense that I have some pet theories as to the proper construction of a flying machine. I wish to avail myself of all that is already known, and then, if possible, add my mite to help on the future worker who will attain final success. With all the knowledge and skill acquired in thousands of flights in the last 10 years, I would hardly think today of making my first flight on a strange machine in a 27-mile wind, even if I knew that the machine had already been flown and was safe. The course of the flight up and down was exceedingly erratic, partly due to the irregularity of the air, and partly to lack of experience in handling this machine. The control of the front rudder was difficult on account of its being balanced too near the center. The fact that the great scientist believed in flying machines was the one thing that encouraged us to begin our studies. The ability to do this so quickly was largely due to the enthusiastic and efficient services of Mr. C.E. Taylor, who did all the machine work in our shop for the first, as well as the succeeding, experimental machines. The airplane stays up because it doesn't have the time to fall. We could hardly wait to get up in the morning. No flying machine will ever fly from New York to Paris.